quadratic problem. We're gonna talk about the three different forms you can write a quadratic equation. The first one here, we've talked about this one. Is called the factored form, and the factored form is special because it can give you a couple of things. Notice this is already, it's called factored form because it's already in parentheses. So if you guys don't remember, when you find with parentheses, you can actually find the x-intercepts right away. Because you know x could be +3 or +9. In other words, an x that makes this parenthesis equal 0 or this one equals 0, because once you multiply everything, it'll give you an answer of 0. So that's factored form. It's good, and I'm going to write that on the right here. This one, it's good to find zeros. Once again, what's another name for zeros? We can call them solutions. We can call them roots, or we can call them x-intercepts. When it comes to this graph, well, we don't want to find x-intercepts. In this case, what does it say? We want to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the one that's crossing the y line right here. So this is called the y-intercept, and it's when the y has a value, but x, look, x is right here. So x, it's 0. So this one is not good for this activity. Look at the next one. This one is called the vertex form. Now, vertex form is good for us because it can help us find the vertex. And what is the vertex, guys? We call them h and k. It could be x and y, but we give them different letters because it's a very special point. Basically, it can be either the maximum, or if the parabola is going the other way, it could also be the minimum. So when you have a h and k, the vertex, the k tells you the max or min, right? So what is the h going to give you? Actually, if the x or the h, when you go through it in half, it creates a shape cut in half. We call that the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. And that will be the h. That will be h, the axis. Well, let's try to answer the question again. So would the vertex form be good enough to find the y-intercept? No. Because again, in this case, the vertex will be, remember, it's a parentheses x minus h squared plus k. In this case, my vertex is 6 and 18. And again, you found the vertex, but you did not find the y-intercept. Look at the last one, guys. This one, we call it standard form. And with a standard form, it's basically when everything is on one side. When it goes in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Well, if I want to find the y-intercept, that's when the x is what? 0. And look, conveniently, all the x's are on one side. So if you just plugged in a 0 for every x, look at this. Squared plus 24. What is this going to be? A 0 again? Well, I'll keep plugging it in. Minus 54. You would notice how easy it is to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept was negative 54. So as a point, it would have been 0, negative 54. So letter C, to find y-intercepts, it's a lot easier when you have it in standard form.